It's your boy Engineer Flip, back with another one on behalf of SoundVision Audio. And today I'm here to talk to y'all about my Pro Tools templates. I did not forget about y'all. I tried to tell y'all I would never, ever. I'm a Pro Tools user. Why would I forget y'all? Or us, rather. How could I forget us? You know what I mean? I would never do such a thing. My Pro Tools templates, these are a part of the SoundVision Studio Chain series. Tracking chain, mixing chain, master chain. Pretty self-explanatory. This one is for my engineers. You know what? This is 90% for my engineers, but it's also for my recording artists who know how to record themselves, or they already record themselves in Pro Tools, or maybe they even want to learn how to record themselves, right? That's the tracking chain. Then you have the mixing chain. This is for, obviously mixing engineers, or maybe even the artist who records themselves but wants to learn how to mix their own music, or maybe they already have tried it, right? Or maybe maybe they're mixing their own stuff now, but they want to get better, or they want to just up their workflow. You know what I mean? And then the master chain is for mixing engineers. This is for mixing engineers looking to enhance their mix pre-release. Even the artist who does everything themselves and they just want to kind of push the record a little further. That's where the master chain comes in, right? Mind you, I'm a mixing and mastering engineer, so I'm not, acting like I'm trying to, get rid of mastering engineers. Never that. How would I eat? How would I feed my family? That wouldn't be very smart. I'm just one of the people I'm here to help enhance the audio community from all aspects. So let's get into it. Let's start with the tracking chain. Man, I forgot my iLock and Pro Tools intro loaded up. I said, oh no, let me go fix that. What is going on? So like I said, we're gonna load up this tracking chain now. See what's going on in it. Alright, so this template is pretty straightforward. This is the tracking chain. This is for my recording artist and recording engineer. Whoever's tracking at the moment, this is for y'all. So we start here. We have the beat. It goes here. Obviously, this is for your 2-track. This is not for any stems, just a 2-track. It goes right here, right? We know that part already, right? And then I have this going to the beat bus, right? Cool. Then here we have record ready. So this is something I use on all DAWs, right? Or all DAWs. Yeah, so I have record ready here. This is the track for all recorded vocals. No matter what's going on, you come in, you record your vocals here, and you drop it down to the track you want it to be on. That's how you keep your session clean and neat. It's pretty simple. Watch. Yup. Nah, I'm just being silly, y'all. Let me see what's going on. Yup. Obviously, I'm just being silly, but after that, you see that you just drag it down to where you want it to go. Simple. You right back, right into the next vocal. Boom. Just keep it going. That's how you keep it organized and neat across your entire session. Trust me, it will save you so much time and energy, especially when it comes down to mixing or sending off a mix to a mixing engineer, or importing your mixed vocals into the next studio chain from SoundVision. Underneath that, I gave you guys 2 lead vocals, right? Basically, I gave you guys an EQ. Same thing as I gave on the record ready track, but these are not enabled. So this is like to taste if you want to record with that on. Like maybe you have an artist in the booth and they want to clear up their voice on the like while they're at the mic, then you could turn these on the EQ or some compression or de-esser. You can turn that on for them. But like the lead vocals has the same 3 controls, but they're slightly different. So we got an EQ here, basically just notching out some stuff. I know it looks really aggressive, but we're just notching out some stuff, getting rid of some of that low end, clean that up. And even at the top end, and then even over here, sometimes it gets a little harsh. So don't be afraid to turn that on if you need to. Got a compressor here, nothing crazy about the settings. It's just set for a lead vocal, nothing too much going on. A short attack, decent ratio, threshold is not going too crazy, because we just want to get a good sound, right? And then I got a good amount of gain on there, so you can hear yourself very good. Then we got the de-esser, right? Because remember, these are all stock plugins, this whole template. So as soon as you load this up, you should not have any issues. Like, everything comes with Pro Tools. Then we got the de-esser here, simple lead vocal setting. You know, you use it. You want to get those plosives out of there, and those S sounds, rather, I should say, so that if they are saying things that start with the letter S, yes, you want to get that out of there. All of that, that's no good. And then the second lead vocal has the lo-fi. Let's do the lo-fi on the beginning of the chain. I like how it is. Everyone knows that little secret, little 0.1. I got that on there just to give it some, you know, give it a little difference and flavor. Even if you're only using one lead vocal, you're welcome to maybe copy that down, you know, onto this one as well, and then affect it differently. That's your decision. I gave you guys 2 background vocals here. Kind of the same chain down the line. It's not too much going on here. It just, I EQ'd the background slightly different, I believe. Nothing too, yeah, it's nothing crazy going on. We just taming everything, taming all the vocals, right? And then we have 2 sets of ad-libs here. Well, I'm sorry, 1 set of ad-libs. Depends on how you want to look at it. But yeah, we have 2 ad-lib tracks here. EQ, compression, de-esser again. And then we running it here through my favorite phone effect that I love on my ad-libs. I got that on both tracks. And then all of these vocals here, all of these vocals are going here to the vocal bus. The beat is going to the beat bus. Right, all I'm doing on the beat bus is just some EQ here for you guys. You know, like, I didn't even put anything there because it's to taste. It's no preset type of thing like, well, I'm just gonna give you this and hey, it's gonna sound better. No, it's to taste. Turn some knobs and, you know, see how you feel about it. If you want some more low end, go to the low end area. If you need a little high end boost, go to the high end area. You know, if you don't feel comfortable with that, come over here to the graph. Get busy. We do have some reverb and delay on the vocal bus, as you can see that down here. Yeah, we have an EQ, the 1-band EQ this time. You can shape that how you feel. There's no specific way. Yeah, you shape that how you feel. You may not even need it. Let me take that back. You may not need it as much by the time you get to this point. All right, add some air to the vocals. We got the de-esser. Right, if we need to get rid of some of those S's again, we got the de-esser there on the vocal bus. So that'll really tame it because it's being de-essed through the chain and then on the vocal bus. So it should be tamed very well by this point. And then I threw an expander on here just to make the vocals stand up a bit. Yeah, I like how that sounds. I forgot, I seen that in a video somewhere. And I was like, that's a great way to interpret that. Like, it makes the vocals stand up. I was like, yeah, that is a great idea. Might have been the homie Busy Works or one of them, I can't remember. Then here we got the reverb bus, the deverb, and the delay. Effects going where they're supposed to be going, vocals to the vocal bus, beat to the beat bus, everything else to the output. That's the tracking chain. All right, let me speed this up. Let me load up the other 2 and show y'all what we got going on in there. All right, y'all, here we are. We are in the mixing chain now, SVA mixing chain. So we know about the beat, the record ready track. We know about the vocals, right? But remember, this is the mixing chain. So in the mixing chain, what changes here is the vocals are here, right? The vocals are, you know, still in place. I added a nice little bump to the vocals there because at this point, if this is the mix, you know, you want to kind of get that boost right away. And then I add some compression on there as well. The de-esser and the expander, I left that muted because again, that'll be done to taste, especially based on what was done previously. And like, you know, say you get multiple templates, like you get the tracking template and the mixing template. You may have done something in the tracking template. So I just deactivated this for you because once you export it, you won't need that. You just continue on. I added an additional reverb on the reverb bus with the EQ to go with it in case you need to EQ the reverb a bit. Forgive me, y'all. They cutting the grass right here. It's a lot going on, but we're gonna get through it. And then on the delay track, I went with the mod delay 3. There's something about it. I don't know what it is about this. It looks so old-fashioned to me, but it really works. It works really, really well. because you want to get your effects going fast. You don't want to think too much about it. It works really well. And then I added in the parallel compression here. Added in some parallel compression for you guys. Parallel compression will really get you like that extra even 10-15% that you're looking for out of a source. It could be a vocal. Sometimes it's the only thing that'll get you that extra like, you know, that you're looking for. And then I left the master dry, right? We don't need anything on there. I'm not a big fan of putting stuff on the master. So everything is routed, vocals to vocal bus, beat to beat bus, record ready, output, parallel compression, output, everything to the master. Let's load up the master chain. So just from this screen, you can see it's a lot more going on in here. This is the master chain. This is the top edition here. You know, we have beat, record ready, lead vocal bus, right? We didn't have that before. So we have the lead vocal bus. That's where the leads are going to. Then we have the backgrounds bus. The backgrounds are going to. And the ad-lib. They all go into the background bus. Then we have the beat bus. The beat's going. Then we have the all vocal bus. That's where all the vocals are going. Reverb, the delay, parallel compression, mix bus. All right, so this is where the fun begins. Let's go up under the hood a little bit. So as you can see, on the mix bus now, oh yeah, there's also a dynamic delay behind the mod delay if you choose to use it on your delay bus. For the mix bus, we have 7-band EQ, we have some compression on there, stereo width on there, and then we have Maxim. I like Maxim, that's a great loudness, like, yeah, Maxim is pretty good. Maxim will definitely get that final polished sound where you're trying to get it to go. It'll help you get there. So in my opinion, I don't like putting anything directly on the master, but if there was something that had to go on the master, it would probably be a limiter or like a loudness meter itself. But I don't like putting anything on the master fader, so I try to leave that clean. Everything should be tamed and cleaned up by the time you get to this point right here. Any other issues, anything besides that, then you probably need to backtrack into the mix and see, you know, what's interfering with your sound and what's disturbing you. Oh, and lastly, on the vocal bus, I kind of made it to where you can either EQ, you can either run this chain, you know, the same chain, the EQ, compression, de-esser chain, you can either run that on each track individual like you were doing before. Here I tried to make it a bit easier. I threw it on the bus that controls those tracks. So you only really need to do it once. Unless you want to create differences, then you can add, you know, them in individually onto the lead vocal tracks right here, right? Not trying to confuse you guys. Here we go. The lead vocal bus is here. So now those plugins are here that controls these, you know, it's all color coordinated. Get to work, y'all. Get to work. It's a lot going on out here. You heard? It's a lot going on out here. SoundVision audio, we on one, we working, we outside, right? That's what everybody want to say, right? We outside. We working. This is the Pro Tools Studio Chain series of templates. We also have other templates available for other DAWs or DAWs, whatever you want to call it. We have our Logic Pro vocal templates, and we have our Logic Pro production series. That's the Vision series. We have our Ableton producer templates. Now we give you guys our Pro Tools Studio Chain series. This is for recording artists, engineers, and mixing engineers. That's all we trying to do here, you heard? Just want to make everybody's life easier, keep moving the culture forward, right? This is SoundVision Audio. I'm Engineer Flip. I appreciate y'all. Like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, support the channel however you see fit. Oh, and I got a lot of content coming. A lot of content on the way, you heard? I appreciate you. I'm out.